to Necessary Roughness for FantasyAlarm.com. I'm your host, Ray Flowers. Let's talk busts in Week 16, players you don't necessarily want to have full confidence in. And we're going to start out with the number of 363, as in the yardage total of Jameis Winston last week. So why is he on this list? Well, that's the only time in 5 games in which he's thrown for more than 250 yards. Simply not a good mark. Only one time in his last 4 games does he have more than 1 touchdown pass. Not a lot of production error when you're only having a guy throwing for a score a week. No Vincent Jackson, looks like the knee issue continuing to be a concern. And though the matchup with the Bears on paper, you kind of hear it, you see 26 touchdown passes allowed by the Bears, you get a little bit excited. There is the fact that the Bears are barely allowing over 210 yards passing, 216 a week, the 3rd best mark in football. They've only picked off 7 passes, but they're still a decent unit against the pass. I don't expect Winston to replicate what he did last week. Neither should you. Next number of the day is 107, as in the yards last week on the ground by Rashad Jennings of the Giants. Now, it's taken the Giants all season long to realize they should give the ball to Rashad Jennings the most of anyone in this backfield. He's carried the ball 38 times the last 2 weeks, and he's been over 100 yards from scrimmage in each of those efforts. So why am I saying, don't get too excited about him? The biggest issue for the Giants is Odell Beckham Jr. will not be on the field this week. Dwayne Harris is not the type of talent that can step forward. They're going to really need a big game out of Ruben Randle in the passing attack. Has Randall ever really come through when called upon? Not really. The matchup with the Vikings is a moderate one on the ground for Jennings. I think a lot of people will be pivoting toward Jennings because of the loss of ODB, thinking, we're going to get more carries and that's going to help. Maybe that will be the case for Jennings. Maybe we're looking at another 15 to 20 touch effort for him out of the backfield. But if they can't move the ball through the air, what do you think the defense of the Vikings is going to do? They're going to focus on that running game. The next number is 3. That's the number of touchdowns scored the last 2 games by Tyler Lockett of the Seattle. Yay! I mean, folks, even during this amazing 5-game run for Russell Wilson, he's never thrown more than 32 passes in any of those games. There still is no value to that passing attack. In fact, Lockett has had exactly 7 targets each of the last 3 games. That's the only time this season, those 3 games, where he's had that many targets. He simply doesn't get any volume in this offense. He also hasn't produced a lot of yards either. 5 of 7 games, he's failed to go over 55 yards. So not a lot of yardage. Touchdowns are sporadic. Targets are sporadic. Don't buy in completely to the hype here. It's going to end at some point, and it very well might this week for Tyler Lockett. And then finally, the number of 1. You remember back when Richard Rodgers of the Packers went nuts and had that 140-yard game, and I said, yeah, we're back there. I hope you understand that, folks. 8 of 9 games, meaning only once in 9 games, has Richard Rodgers hit 35 yards. I'm just going to let that sink in for a sec. 1 of 9 games, 35 yards for Rodgers. Cardinals allow only 5 touchdowns to that tight end position this year. They're a decent unit against the tight end overall. There's no reason to think that Richard Rodgers is going to step up and have a big game. 30 yards and a touchdown seems to be his ceiling. You can do better than that in most cases at the tight end position. Ray Flowers, FantasyAlarm.com. Go to FantasyAlarm.com for your Week 16 rankings. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff from the folks there at Fantasy Alarm, including myself. Wish you the best during this holiday season. Take care.